Hey guys, i-WearTec here. Welcome back to our channel where we take cool stuff out of the box. Now today we are reviewing and unboxing the Realme 9 Pro 5G, which is one of the latest handsets by Realme in the UK and Europe, as well as worldwide. It was launched at the end of February, so it came out slightly earlier than the version we reviewed just last week, the Realme 9i. But this version is obviously a lot more upgraded than the Realme 9i. In fact, funnily enough, it is the successor to the Realme 8S 5G as opposed to Realme 8 Pro. Don't ask me why, but this is actually, the sibling, the brother to the 8S 5G, not the 8 Pro. However, it does come with some really great features for budget gamers out there, as well as budget lovers of budget handsets, right? Especially with 5G. Now, contrary to the Realme 9i we reviewed, this comes with a Snapdragon 695 5G processor. Therefore, this is a 5G phone as opposed to a 4G phone. It comes with a much better screen, 120 hertz ultra smooth display, as opposed to the 90 hertz, which was on the sported by the 9i. It has a much stronger camera as well, at least a higher megapixel, 64 megapixel nightscape camera as opposed to the 50 megapixel camera of the Realme 9i. And it comes with a similar battery, which is 5,000 milliamps. Now, that's not all. There's actually more things in the phone which are to be talked about, but that is the first thing to mention. As you can see, the phone's code is Realme RMX3472. This particular handset we've got here is in the color Sunrise Blue, although I believe it's available also in a couple of others, including an Aurora Green. And this particular handset comes with 8 GB of ROM and 128 gigs of RAM. So clearly quite a good phone. It comes at a great price of £299 GBP, either available on Amazon or in the typical places, including Realme UK's website. And nothing more to talk about on terms of the box. It is a typical Realme yellow box. Difference is nowadays it's coming with this black base as well as a black back here, but otherwise it's very similar. It's got the 5G logo in front, just to make it very obvious that this is a 5G phone. And yeah, let's take it out of the box and see what happens. So there we go. Unwrapping this up very quickly and see what happens. All right, boom. As usual, the first thing that you're greeted by is the "Hey, welcome to Realme family," which comes in the front of the phone, top of the sleeve. Let's put that here. I'm sure there's no surprises here, but it's going to be the jelly case to cover the phone at the back, protect it. SIM tray opener, as well as the typical documentation. Right, that's good. Put it aside, and then here we go. Open that. Just before we move that aside. Inside, you've got the brick, the charging brick, as you can see. Now this is the European version, but I'm sure if you buy in the UK, you'll get the 3-pin version. Now I believe this is a 33 watt star charger, just like the Realme 9i's. So it should be pretty good. And inside you also got the Usbc charging cable, which comes in the box as well for free. Again, standard stuff, unless you've got an Apple, where you don't get these sort of basics included, right? Put that inside, and let's get the phone opened, or peeled off. I'm really excited to open this, because I believe the color is going to be absolutely stunning. Just look how it shines when the light hits it. Wow. Beautiful. Now this is the sunrise blue color, and just look how the color changes, the tone changes to orangey red, shiny blue when the light hits it. Wow. Right, let's take this off for a second. Put that aside. Let's have a quick look. There you go. This one feels really, really nice in the hand. Here you've got the triple shooter, which is a 64 megapixel AI camera, a nightscape camera, and the other sort of secondary sensors, which we can talk about later, and the flash. I can't get away from how cool this is when it shines. It's got this glittery sort of features on it as well. It's about 195 grams, I believe, in terms of weight. It is flat on the edges, which makes it feel easy to take grip, and curved on the sides. And as you can see, you know, the buttons and ports are the typical Realme ones. Here you got the volume rockers on the left side. You've got the SIM tray in here, which we will check whether it has a dedicated SD card as well. I'm expecting it to be a dual SIM tray. At the bottom you have the USB jack. You have a single down firing speakers, which is slightly disappointing as it's not a dual speakers. You obviously got the USB charger slot. Top you've got the noise cancelling microphone, as you can see there. And furthermore, on the right hand side you've got the power button, which also doubles up, I believe, as a fingerprint scanner, side mounted. Okay. At the top you will see the top left, you have the selfie camera, which I believe is 16 megapixel wide angle camera. And here you've got the actual cameras, which I think this time they're not disappointed as Realme, because rather than having a 2 megapixel macro and depth sensor, they actually have a 8 megapixel wide angle camera module here as well, which will be great for some of those wide angle shots we may want to take. All right, well, let's try and open the SIM tray and see what we've got inside here. And what do we have here? And what we have here is great news. Is a dual SIM tray as well as a dedicated SD card slot, which allows you to expand the phone even further. Great. Now let's switch on the phone, get it set up, and see what it's like. So the phone is now all set up. The various upgrades have now taken place, as you can see, and the phone is pretty smooth, very slick in terms of how quick it moves. Let's try the fingerprint scanner, side fingerprint. There you go, pretty quick. There you go, that looks pretty good. Now let's get into the software. So we go here, we go to about phone, about device. You will see here that the phone is got Realme UI 3.0 version, which is based on Android 12, which is great. Now this has got the latest version of Android 12. It says it's got some fixes on the WhatsApp video call issues, and optimize the camera and improve user experience. As you can see here, the device name, storage says 128 gig. This is Qualcomm Snapdragon 695 5G Octa-core. It's got 8 gig RAM, but you can expand it even further by another 5, so it gets it up to 13 gig of RAM. There's a virtual expansion. Android version 12 is very clear out there. And yeah, there's what you see in terms of the software. You have the typical Google apps pre-installed. You have Google Play, Chrome, etc. And for some reason there's some bloatware installed. I'm not sure why they've done that, but anyway, I guess standard stuff like Amazon AliExpress, Booking.com, PUBG, TikTok, these are sort of LinkedIn. These are the typical software apps that people use anyway, so no massive harm in being there. I mean, you can delete them if you don't want to, but just to update you that that's there. But otherwise, it is pretty great. Right? I'm actually enjoying this phone already. Let's stick the cover on and see what that looks like as well. It's a case, and it's got really nice cuttings which look exactly the same as the cameras in the back, so that should fit quite nice and snug. And indeed, it does seem to be the case. And the case fits nice and neatly and snug. Fits perfectly fine on the phone. And when you put it down, it actually feels pretty decent, right? Protects it pretty well. And the cameras are nicely covered as well by this extra groove. In terms of the camera, this phone comes with a 64 megapixel nightscape shooter, a 8 megapixel super wide camera, which is great that's been added, and a 4 centimeter macro camera with a flash, all in this nice little module which looks like an iPhone. At the front you have a 60 megapixel wide angle shooter, and if we go into the actual camera, we can see the different modes. You have the standard photo mode with AI on or off. You can switch the flash on automatic. You can change the aspect ratio 4:3 all the way to full 1:1, right? And inside here you can do a timer. This allows you to zoom out, zoom in 2 times, and then you've got a portrait mode. As you can see, give that a go. Okay, you've got the 64 megapixel mode, which does not come on as default. Therefore, you need to switch it on if you want to go 64 megapixels. You've got the video, which as you can see can be done at 720p or 1080p. You can switch AI on or off, and you can change the frame rate. So if it's 30 frame rate per second, it is 1080p. If you want to go to 60 frames per second, you have to go to 720p. And then you have something called street photography, which allows you to do some funky thing like this and see the proximity or further, and therefore capture things going on in the street in a much more professional manner. You've got the nightscape mode, which we're going to test out as well. And within the street mode, you can see as well, if you click here, you've got long exposure mode for neon pictures, light trail portrait. You have rush hour, or you have light painting. Again, these are all different things you can test out, and they will give you a great background for some brilliant portraits outside. Okay, well, if you put that aside, you've got obviously within here, you've got the pro mode, panorama, you've got ultra macro, film, slow-mo, time-lapse, starry mode for filming stars in the sky. You've got dual view video, which allows you to view yourself as well as the back. And you've got this thing called tilt shift as well, which we will test as well. That gives you everything there. And if obviously in terms of selfie camera, you can see here, this is allows you to do different things as well. Some sample pictures and videos we've taken with the Realme 9 Pro. What do you think? Coming to the actual screen of the phone, as you can see, this is a really nice and bright screen. It's a 6.6-inch IPS LCD screen. Therefore, one disappointing thing is that that's not a Super AMOLED screen. I believe that comes in the 9 Pro Plus rather than 9 Pro, which we're reviewing. Regardless, beyond that, it has actually got a 120 Hz ultra smooth display, which of course means that together with this touch sampling rate of 240 Hz and a screen to body ratio of 90.8%, you get so much screen for your money in this handset. The resolution is 241 by 2412 by 1080. Again, it is pretty good. If we will try to watch a video, we will in YouTube. Let's get an idea of what it looks like. So there you go. I would say that looks pretty nice. You can see the very great details and the colors that are coming through on the background as well as the foreground. No jitters or lag at all. It feels very much like a nice 4K TV or something. I think that's pretty nice actually as a screen. Like I said, some great colors being accentuated there. Lovely. Now, in terms of gameplay, if you want to try and see how a game like Street Fighter works, we can see it's pretty smooth. There's no lag at all, and it's really buttery smooth in terms of the playability. But I'm quite happy with that.
In terms of hardware, firstly for processor, this comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 695 5G chipset, which comes up to 2.2 GHz, an octa-core. It's a 6nm processor, as I said, and the GPU is the Adreno GPU 619, which again together is a powerhouse, I believe. The display-wise, this comes with a 120 Hz ultra smooth display. The screen size is about 6.6 inches, resolution of 2412 by 1080, and refresh rate, as I said before. In terms of the battery, this comes with a 5000 milliamps battery, which is quite big, and the charging for that speed, you get a 33 watt star charge, which I believe again is a good feature. In terms of comms and sensors, this phone comes with Wi-Fi 802.11, dual band, Bluetooth 5.1, GPS, NFC for contactless payments, USB Type-C 2.0 or on the go, and as well as fingerprint sensor, accelerometer, gyro, proximity, and compass sensors. All in all, I think the Realme 9 Pro is a decent handset. It has some really good features, such as its bright and fast 120 Hz LCD panel. The sunrise blue color option is an eye-catcher indeed. It's got outstanding battery life, decent charging speed, solid photo quality in day or night, and it comes with Android 12 out of the box with this customizable Realme UI on top. In terms of cons, however, the screen is not an OLED panel. It would have been great to have a Super AMOLED screen. like most of its other rivals in this price range. It does not come with 4K video recording. The selfie quality is slightly subpar. The refresh rate doesn't go to 120 Hz as often as I would like it to. But those are small little things. I think the only thing that would struggle with is in this price range, you've got some great alternatives such as the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G in Europe, the OnePlus Nord 2 5G, the Realme GT Neo 2 itself, or the Motorola Edge 20, right? These are all very capable and phones at the same price range. However, they have a worse battery life, which is what's going here for the Realme 9 Pro. Finalize this video. The Realme 9 Pro, I believe, is a well-rounded mid-ranger with some up-to-date features such as the HRR display, a brand new chipset based on an up-to-date manufacturing process, a big battery, adequate charging speed, and a great software experience. Therefore, a great showing by Realme. However, you might want to try out or test out the Realme 9 Pro Plus, which I believe is a slightly more capable handset for only £20 more, and something you may want to think about as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And that's pretty much it for today, guys. Again, thank you so much for dropping by. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our content. Also, follow us on Twitter on the handle @i-WearTec. If you have any questions, put them down below here, and I'll try my best to get to them soon as I can. Also, if you have any comments, please add those too. Alright, see you at the next video. Peace, guys.